In today's List Bomb, we cover the top 10 video games with the best stories. So starting off today's list at number 10, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts immediately interested players due to its Disney elements, and you can't beat throwing in Final Fantasy. Aside from players being able to enjoy their childhood characters in a setting from those nostalgic Disney movies, the story is one that grows in time, as does the franchise. Number 9, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is known to have one of the best video game stories because even though it has depth, it doesn't feel overly complicated like the writers were trying too hard. It also manages to do a good job with presenting some surprising twists and turns, and the characters are well fleshed out with their own subplots. Chrono Trigger is one of those games where your choices really do matter later on down the line. It has a great feel, is well put together, and with the possibility of multiple endings, it has amazing and unforgettable replay value. Number 8, the Final Fantasy series. The Final Fantasy series are essentially 40-hour-long movies. Final Fantasy storylines stand out the most from other RPGs because they implement realistic qualities into the story, such as hope and love in order to help players relate to the characters better. Name any iteration of Final Fantasy and you can find someone that iteration is their favorite. So that's why with Final Fantasy we decided to rank the whole series instead of just a single version. Number 7, The Legend of Zelda series. The Legend of Zelda series basically consists of separate storylines that are tied into one main plot. The series has a cliché from Zero to Hero story where Link, the main character, is the pure of heart soul who is forced to take on the sudden role of becoming all he can be. Though Link is the main character, the story is not chiefly about him. As per the title, The Legend of Zelda is about Princess Zelda's lineage, as well as the resulting consequences of decisions they had made, much like many different houses of Game of Thrones. Number 6, Life is Strange. Aside from the general complaint that Life is Strange has poor dialogue, the story is pretty interesting, at least from the main character's point of view. The game's story seems to be mainly refreshing because of the seemingly novel aspect of it. You basically play as Max, a teenager who can travel through time.